Hi, welcome back to the channel. So this is the body that we've chosen. Everybody sees that? It's a 1937 Chevy Coupe. It's a 1/32nd, 1/24th scale body for slot cars. So this is what we've done. We've trimmed it all up. As you can see, we've done the trim for our battery, everything else. And we are going to spray it with this paint. So, sorry about the dog barking. He barks whenever he feels like he's threatened. So there's this. We're also going to take our steely wheels and we are going to spray those too with the green. The silver's fine, but we want to make it green, and I want to show you how to do that. So this is where we're at. So what we have to do first is take this body, since it's got mold release and everything on the inside, and we have to go wash it. So we're going to wash it, and you will see it. The process of washing it's very, very simple, and then we'll dry it off. And then when we're done, we'll come back and we will start masking everything off, and I'll show you how we do that. Alright? Give me just a second. You'll see the washing, and then we'll get right back to this. Make sure you get all down in all these little edges, everywhere. Just like that. That's all you gotta do. Wash it good, because you don't want any of the chemicals, the releasing agents for the body, to be in there. So now that it's clean, I'm not going to touch the inside since we're going to paint it. We'll let it air dry, mask it up, and we're going to spray. Alright, so now our body's washed, clean, ready to go. We want to try to keep our fingers out of there if we can. We are going to have to do a little bit of touching, but it's okay. We've got our paper towel to come back and clean up our finger grease. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is take our blue tape, and we're going to start taping certain areas. Okay, so across here, where I do have to put my fingers inside to make sure that I am pressed down nice and firm on those edges. We don't want any bleeding over. So we'll press down. You want to really make sure that this is set down in, right? See that? Get our paint out of the way. Take another piece here. So I've cut this out, so I need to make sure. Let me turn some lights on here. There we go. Need to make sure that I am covering that edge just like that. I'll come back in. So if you run your finger across those edges, make sure that they're nice and pressed down in along that edge, right? Press everything down. We don't want any bleed over. Not that it's going to matter since it's all one color. It's not going to matter as much. But we want to do a good job no matter what we do. Now I can come back with this smaller piece. Do the same thing we did on the other side as far as covering that wheel well. You get to a corner like this, just fold it over and press, press, press. So I did in one of my previous lives, I did paint cars, so we understand that masking off your piece where what you don't want painted, very, very important, right? I'm going to go ahead and paint a piece. No, not there yet. We'll save that piece. I want to give a little longer piece to come across the front. Now remember, you don't have to, we're not trying to just hit the edge of this, right? We want to make sure that we're well covered with that. Make sure that you get those edges really good. You know, don't try to just match that edge. It's okay if you got more and you fold it over. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly acceptable. Alright. What you want is that nice flat area. Okay. Got one little piece I want to just put here just in case. Make sure we're covered. So, you can see here, it's all covered around. Okay, I'm going to take our paper towel. I'm just going to wipe on these edges where I've pressed my fingers just to get those finger oils off. Alright, so next thing we need to do is we've got this done. We've got to completely cover the rest of this. So I can continue putting tape out to prevent overspray. Instead, what I'm going to do is I've got this plastic bag. It was just one of the things that, a bag that things came in. Okay, and we're going to use that to finish taping off the rest. So, we'll go ahead and get our piece of plastic in place, like so. And we'll tape that down. I'm just taping one end off, then the other. And then I'm going to come along and start doing the sides. So, just keep masking it off. If you need to, you make relief cuts where you need to. You don't try to get everything in one foul swap, or one foul shot, as it were. It doesn't really have to be 100% perfect. We just want to cover it, right? Just want to make sure that we're covered. So this kind of stuff, just, you can see I'm just folding it over onto itself, and we're going to tape that down. Main thing is you just don't want any air leaks down in. And we're just covering that up, just like so. Let me turn the camera up a bit so you can see a bit more. Just like so. So that's all covered. Don't have to worry about paint getting in. Now we work the other side. I'm just working little small areas at a time. Again, we're not trying to get it done in one big piece. Again, I'm touching the inside, that's okay. We'll go back in and we'll make sure to get that oil, finger oil right off. Okay, last little piece. Again, just fold that over, and you just want to cover those edges. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter if it's crinkled up here. None of that matters. Just getting that sealed in. All right. Go ahead and do another wipe. Wipe in those edges where we've been touching. Blow out any fibers that might be in there. All right, and there we go. It's completely wrapped, ready to go. We're going to spray on a piece of cardboard, and we'll hit all our edges. One of the things, some people like to warm the paint up beforehand. I just put it in my hand when I'm shaking it. You shake it really well. Okay, you want to turn it upside down. You want to shake it well. Make sure that that paint's going. All right, so we'll go ahead and open this. And again, we're not just painting the shell, we're also going to be painting the wheels. So, we take our wheels, take a piece of tape, and because we're spraying down, we don't have to worry too much about the underside. It's literally just the sides. So we're just going to continue to take this and just wrap underneath, like so. Go like this. Looks like we didn't quite, we barely made it. Barely made it. So we're good there. Now I fight the urge to turn these down. We want the paint to come through this, right? We don't want the paint sticking, and then as we peel the tape we end up with blobs and stuff down, and we want it to move through. So fight that urge to wrap it. Okay, I mean we could use smaller tape, you know, but this is the tape we have. We're going to use it, and we just want to be really careful as we go around. Alright, so I've done two. You don't need to see me watch me do the other two. So next thing we'll do is we'll get outside and we'll get to spraying. Alright, and we'll show how to do that. So, see you outside. Alright, so now we're all set up. We've got a box to protect, keeps the wind and dust and dirt out. We're shaking our paint, always do a test, make sure it's going well. We also know the way that the direction goes. So take our piece, wear a glove. Now, we're not trying to do full coverage. We're just trying to get a mist coat in there, okay? And that looks like this. That's it, just a mist coat. Not trying to go crazy. Take our wheels, do the same thing. Now I'm going to line these up and just do a quick mist coat. Spin them. Spin it. Again, we're not trying to get full coverage yet. We just want that mist coat. So it's important that we get the mist coat on there, okay? Because that's what the paint is going to stick to. So I've sanded these so that the paint has something to adhere to. It needs a little nook and cranny to settle into. The lexan body, it's a lot the same way, where this first mist coat is going to settle in and just stick, right? And we're going to let it dry for a few minutes, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do another coat. We're going to do this in coats little light coats again and again and again and again. When we're all done, it'll be nice. Now, I don't plan on backing this body. Okay, I want it to be a little translucent. That's absolutely fine. Actually, one of the things we did not do is we did not put the mask on the windows. So I'm going to have to stop and do that. It's alright. We got a little green tint is all we got on the windows. So we're going to let that dry and then we'll come back and put those in. Alright. So I've got my window mask in, as you can see. I'm actually kind of excited to see a little tint. Little green tinted windows will be kind of cool, I think. So next we're just going to lay in a little bit more, a little thicker. Our wheels are looking really good. Got nice coverage. I don't know if we'll need too much more of that on the wheels, but it's looking good. Alright, we'll wait, let it tack up a bit, and then we'll do the next coat. Alright, so luckily I have a nice day, not too humid out or anything else, so things are drying pretty dang fast, which is nice. So we'll get final one here on our wheels. Wheels are looking great. I'm very happy with the way they've turned out. This is going to be the final coat on these wheels. I don't mind them looking a little bit silvery. And again, you don't have to sit there and hold it. You just come across and you'll be fine. Doesn't have to be insane or crazy. Just shooting down. Those wheels look really good. I'm very happy with that. Alright, go to the body again. We're getting really good coverage with this, which is nice. It's also a very small body. I want to make sure we're getting really good coverage. And that might be the last coat. We'll see. We might do a few more on the body, but you get the gist of how you do this. You continue doing it till you're happy. Obviously, if I put a back coating of white on that, it would be very, very bright, vibrant and everything else. Like I said, I kind of want a little bit of that translucency to it. So we're going to let this dry. I'll do a few more coats. You don't need to see. You've seen exactly what the process is. Just keep repeating until you're happy. And we'll see you when it's all done. All right. Well, everything's been given plenty of time to dry. A few hours is really what you want to do. Just in case anybody was wondering, this is a TS52. It's a Tamiya color. This is the candy lime green. Let me get you a good shot of that so you can see what color that is. It's got a metallic to it. I'm very, very happy. So let's get the wheels uncovered first. So some of you may have noticed as I was spraying, the box had that open little corner, and I did get some overspray onto that concrete top. Luckily it's concrete. I will be going back over that with a wire brush, and that'll take that stuff right off. It's a faux stone that I did myself back in the day, many years ago, and it's held up really well. Very happy with that way that one turned out. So come through, we can take off our big plastic mask. Some of this other stuff won't want to come with it. Not a big deal. Alright, get our first look at what the paint looks like. Come back around, just removing our tape as we go. So, get all this off. Excellent. There we go. Now we'll have to go in and let's do it with a razor. Gently remove our mask. We can start it with a razor blade and then remove it with tweezers if you want. Go. So our happy little mistake hopefully turns out well. Our little experiment of getting a possible green tint on those windows. It'll be very light, very subtle if we do get that effect. Hopefully we do. It'd be really cool. I can tell everybody I meant to do that. As they go, how the heck did you get that effect? Now I'm pretty sure I did not get these window masks on exactly perfect, and I'm okay with it. If people are spending a lot of time looking at the body and everything else, then that's on them. There we go. That's our body all done. There is a slight green tint to the windows. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but in person, yeah, they're definitely misted. I like the look. Really cool. Very happy. Let's move this over and I'll set it on our chassis so you can see what it's gonna look like in its final form. These wires obviously will be tucked up more. You won't see them hanging out. There we go. That's it with the battery. We turn it, get it into place here. Now mind you, it's all going to be put in and held down by magnets, but there you go. There's our little body on there. Very happy with the way it turned out. Super stoked. The wheels, I'll step one together here. Just put it together a little bit. So there you go. You see the wheel is now green. Matches the body. So obviously it doesn't match the other green components on here, but that doesn't matter. The important part is when you see it from the side, you're going to see these beautiful green wheels. Alright, very happy with the way they turned out. So we'll get a final picture of it all put together. I do want to let it all, I've unmasked everything and whatnot, but I want to let everything cure for a good 24 hours before I start wrenching on things and putting things together. So for me, it'll be tomorrow, but we do all that. We'll get it all together. For you, it'll be a moment. So you'll get to see the final product. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Here it is.